So before we talked about the emergency fund, but what happens, Jay, if I don't have enough money in my emergency fund? Do you need like an emergency fund for your emergency fund, or how does this work? You told me to build up all this cash. You told me something was gonna happen. Now something happened and I don't have enough money. And you tell me not to borrow. You tell me not to go in debt, so I can't go get the money. Now what? You better be sending me a check. No. Instead, we got this video for you. I'm gonna give you 5 tips today about what you can do when your emergency fund is not enough to cover your emergency. And at the end, I'm gonna give you one big mistake that'll mess up everything. Welcome back to Epic Empower People, Empower Change, where we're all about keeping you financially fit, as well as helping you build a plant-based healthy lifestyle. You've worked hard to stack up this cash in case something happens to try to make your life fireproof and mercury repellent. However, sometimes you still don't have enough money. How do we handle this? That's what you're here for. Emergency could be a bunch of stuff. We already established that. Remember, I talked about something like a car breaking down or something that's kind of emergency, but if you have the car repair fund, like I already recommended, then you should be good with that. Unless it's like not enough, then you can start pulling from your emergency or another category. But listen, number 1, is it possible to call and negotiate? So for example, if it's like a medical bill, can you call them and see if there's any way you can get it lower? Worst case scenario, maybe put you on a payment plan that you can cash flow over the next several months if you need to. See if there's any discounts available for you, all of that stuff. Did you try it rather than just saying, oh, I gotta pay this bill and that's it? Let's call and negotiate, talk to these people. If it's like a government emergency or something like that, check if there's a charitable organization, a nonprofit for you that may be able to help you out with something to do with childcare or financial help or food that you need, something. I don't know what situation you're in, but use your resources. Let's do that. One thing that's important to note is when you start tracking your money better, one thing that can happen is you become more careful with it because you know where everything goes. You don't just spend money as soon as you get a bill in, or spend money just because that's the first price they gave you. But you're careful and you shop around. You want to take care of what you have. You want to grow your money. You want to be able to have enough to give. And so you want to do all those things so those things stay in place. Sometimes when we get a lot of money, we think that, oh, just because we have the money, we can now start to just use it. Okay, that happened. Let's just use the emergency fund for it. No. When you're managing your money correctly, it causes you to be more resourceful, especially if you're trying to get to a goal. It's like, is there any other way we can handle this? Because I got this goal over here I'm trying to get to, you know what I mean? And this is gonna kind of mess it up or slow it down, and I don't want it to slow down. So let me see how resourceful I can be. When you're using things like credit cards or you're used to borrowing money, then you may not be as resourceful because you're like, oh, I got an unlimited amount of money. I can go to my ATM anytime. I can go to my credit card anytime. I can call my sister or my friend anytime. But when you're limiting it and you're managing it well, you know you don't have that option. So let me see what friends I can get to help me out as well. Who knows how to do this? Who knows, maybe knows how to fix a car? Really know how to fix a car. Not just because somebody's your family member doesn't make them a professional mechanic. Number 2, shop around. This is not the only place or car place in town you can get your car fixed, or if it's another type of emergency, depending on what it is. Is this the only place that you can get this done? Shop around. Ask your friends if they know a reliable this serviceman or that repair person. I don't know what your emergency is. Call for discounts and coupons. If you can't use your car for some reason, we're not going back in debt. So can you temporarily carpool? Can you use public transportation? How far is your job? Is it down the block? What are the other choices that will cause you to continue to move forward and not backwards? Meanwhile, you could stack up money to the side so you get your car repaired or able to replace your vehicle. Number 3, make the minimum payments on your debt if you have debt. So instead of going hard at the debt right now, you have this emergency in front of you. So we don't want to put on more debt. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back on the debt we've been giving. We're going to give minimum payments, and we're going to use that extra money now. Instead of putting a lot extra towards the debt, we're going to use that extra money to cover the emergency. And then we're going to keep it moving. We're going to attack the debt again. All right. See, had a couple lessons. Number 4, make extra money fast. So pick up that side hustle or see what you can do. Maybe work extra on the weekend just to kind of get this emergency out of your way. I'm a big proponent that pretty much everybody can have a form of side hustle that they can refer to when they need it or continually. So freelancing, there's the car delivery services, there's all kinds of things you can do now, online tutoring, etc., etc. Or go ahead and jump on an online marketplace or something where you could sell your stuff. Did you think about that? That stuff that you're not using, you can sell it and you can help pay for your emergency right now and then keep it moving. Or if you can't make more, you might have to cut something temporarily for this month or the next couple of months. Maybe put a hold on your gym membership or something like that just to pay for your emergency. We're trying to find different things that you can do. You may not want to do everything, but they are options. That one big mistake I told you about, after the emergency is done, after the dust settles, everything's clear, you're back on track, you're back in action, back in the game. Restock your emergency fund. You can't just say, oh, it's done, that's it. No more emergencies. I handled that great. Let me put a comment on Jay. If I had an emergency, I was able to do that. There's probably gonna be another emergency
coming for you.
There's a storm that could be around the corner, or it could be years from now. But you wanna be prepared again. So what you wanna do, go ahead and restock that emergency fund and do it fast so you can keep it moving, so you can keep go ahead and pay off your debt, so you can go ahead and build your financial future, so you can go ahead and build wealth and invest more, so you can take that vacation, so you can take care of your family, so you can do what you gotta do, so you can go to school debt-free, on to the next venture. But you gotta restock that emergency fund because you're probably gonna get another emergency. And remember, some things aren't emergencies, and a lot of stuff you can prepare for without it being an emergency. Christmas, not emergency. Car repair, depends. If you saved up money for it, then not emergency. You know your car is gonna not last forever, right? It's not like, what's that, Knight Rider or Transformer or something like that. For more strategies on how to become financially free, as well as build a healthy plant-based lifestyle, follow me and my wife Jennifer on this channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know what kind of emergency you faced, or if you have a question that I may be able to help you out with. I got a lot of these ideas from a cool Dave Ramsey article, a great knowledge base. Go ahead and see more of that in the description. I hope to see you, or maybe you'll see me, in the next video.